Chesed Hashem that we're living in now, a few months ago we were talking about we were worried, next Eretz Yisrael, and I'm not saying there's no worries today, I'm not saying there aren't further and we have hostages still. When that, the Chesed Hashem is Leil. It's not believable. There was like this powerful army that was like Hezbollah next door to Eretz Yisrael. We were worried and davening. Iran is in the world, if you look at rankings, top 20 armies in the world, crazy stuff. The Nisei Hashem is what you need. What we're observing now, Hashem is smiling at his people. Is it Am Yisrael's prayers? Is it our beauty? Listen, look at this. We're a beautiful people. Hashem is hugging and kissing his people. I would stop advise a time of prayer. There's something called the Shas Chedvesaf. A certain gadol you see has like good feelings to you. It's a big time of prayer. They have a certain kayach of tefillah. When Hashem, the Chazal calls something like Shas Misachekes Lai. There's like, it's clear. It just daven for things you didn't dream of davening. Daven for that too. It's crazy. There's an outpouring of love from Shemayim to Am Yisrael. It's, again, not denying, I'm looking at a Yid, Mr. Holman, I'm looking at somebody who's active, who's caring about our people. And this, before we share Divrei Torah, it would be weird. It's Hallel today, Rosh Chodesh, and the sense, Keliyata Vaideka, we absorb your kindness, Hashem. We're people who feel it. We don't ignore the kindness. Elei Kayarei Mimeka. We're aware of Midas Hadin. And we feel Midas Hadin. We cry and we mourn and we remember and we feel something, of course. Elei Kayarei Mimeka. But all the while, Keliyata Vaideka. I just felt it would be weird. This, if you don't mind, I don't have I have no guys who could sing here with me, but if we could sing this Maimed, which is a Maimed of Keliyata Vaideka, fresh chassan and kala, beautiful mishpacha, friends, the way a family, this Teaneck is an amazing city, a city of Torah, a beautiful city of Yidden. I associate Teaneck growth, people growing, the city getting larger, and Yidden just bikush of truth, of Torah, of mitzvahs. Beautiful. In this home, some came from Brooklyn, but there are a lot of members down the block here. They're just a close group that's here, remembering Midas Hadin and mourning and remembering and the pain of that. But Keliyata Vaideka, all the while absorbing the kindness of Hashem. And our people sitting here now, we're a little out of breath, and we remember, and there were difficult things, and by us losing one, is too many, and the nisim of a country, bombs drop. There's no such thing. There's no parallel. It's just there's a people. Einei Hashem leikecha tamid ba. We're zeichet to a land and a people that are impressive and amazing. And the state we're in is a tremendous hakaras hatov to Hashem. All the while saying Elokai or U'mirayim Hashem. What we don't understand, we have faith. And we say, we accept, we cry, but we accept. We know you're taking us places, and the Leikayarei Mimeka, that's part of the experience. So to me, I don't want to be weird. So before we say Divrei Torah, Bershus Rabbanim, Bershus, do I have Bershus? Let's sing. If you don't sing, I'll sing a solo. You don't want to hear that out. But if we could sing Keliyata Vaideka before we share Divrei Torah, just both the specific, this mishpacha, the kindness, the chasna kala, siyum, beautiful family building, and of course, Elei Kayarei Mimeka, ever aware of the Midas Hadin, ever present, that their chance, it's an Olam HaNisayin, ever full of faith, being Merayim Hashem, but all the while absorbing the kindness of Hashem. So if we could sing that together, check, you won't be in Moshe. We could do that? So at least you two sing along. I won't be. Continue this mishpacha, this beautiful family should continue to see simchas and good misuras, continue to be a kiddush shamayim. This the zchus for Reb Sender, for somebody, the zchus in Olam Haba, the gift. Olam Haba is a place. Olam Haba is a place, and he's there. And the zchus for a tzaddik, a mishpacha, building and creating and siyumim and just friendship, the zchus for such a person who cared about our people is a great, great zchus. It should be an ilui for his preston neshama, and the whole family should just get tremendous shefa of bracha from Hashem, continued atzlacha in all that they do. Amen. I wanted to share, he was somebody, Shmuel said, it was nice about Chaver. I want to talk about a topic that I see in the last 2 years. We've been thinking about Yechidim, and when we want the hostages out, and we're still thinking about them. There are no extras in our people. I wanted to talk Kairach. There's a Chazal that's cryptic, and I wanted to share an idea on the Chazal. It says Vayikach Kairach. The sugya, the complicated sugya that is Kairach, but the aschal, and a lot lies in the beginning. The Taiv Achras Davmir Shisa, in general, things are contained in the beginning, are a lot of secrets. It starts this mysterious, this difficult parasha starts with Kairach taking, Vayikach. A lot of conversation, what precisely, it's a strange way of starting. What did he take? What's the story of Kairach taking? And Reish Lakish in Sanhedrin says Kairach took a mekach ra la'atzma, a bad deal. Kairach made a bad deal. There's something bad, he took something unintelligent. The mekach ra la'atzma, he took a bad deal. But that's how Hashem starts the sugya of Kairach. It's the taking of a mekach ra. And what's the nature of this bad deal that Kairach took? It needs very cryptic chazal. This mekach ra, Reish Lakish says, that was lakach a mekach ra. That's the sugya of Kairach. I think if we want to know what a mekach ra is, it might be kedai to ask, what's a mekach toiv? And we know we're in the last day of Sivan. It's the 30th day of Sivan. I just came from a chasma, and it's always this, I'm a terrible handwriting. And so the less I could write in the ksuba, the better for everybody. And tonight you have to write, we did it before Shkia. I'm Chassidish, I probably wouldn't have minded a few minutes later. They ran a little, and it was kind of ironic. The Chassidish guy running the hall was like pressuring me, and I don't care. It was interesting, whatever. But the bottom line is that tonight you write, it's Shloishim L'chodesh Sivan, Shahu Rosh Chodesh Tammuz, and you have to get that in a small space. I was trying to write small, okay. The bottom line is is that it's the end of Chodesh Sivan, and in Sivan we receive the Torah Akdosha, which is called the Lekach Tov Nasati, the good deal. It's the Lekach Tov, it's the good deal. I don't want to be Meirich, but Kabbalah Satorah, what Kabbalah Satorah is, we weren't just handed a sefer. It's not Kabbalah. It's not even what happened at our Sinai. What does Kabbalah Satorah mean? You ask people what happened, they're not sure. What's Kabbalah Satorah? The Torah wasn't Pashtus, wasn't even written. It wasn't finished yet. At the end of the desert, 40 years, there was a Torah, finished Torah. What's Kabbalah Satorah? What did we get? And the Torah is called, what the Torah is called, when the Ummah Ha'olam run to Bilam, the time of Kabbalah Satorah, the Ummah Ha'olam think there's a Mabul, the world's being destroyed, it's coming, it's all over. They run to Bilam in fright, Hashem la Mabul Yashav, and Bilam says, calm down. Hashem oiz la'ama yitin, he's giving strength to his people. The Torah is called our strength. Why? Why is that our strength? What's our strength about Torah? Hashem oiz la'ama yitin. He's giving oiz. And Torah is our strength. What is that? And certainly it needs to be studied. And I'm being mekatzer on a sugya, what Kabbalah Satorah is, what Hashem oiz in the month of Sivan. And Kabbalah Satorah, the way I understand it, means that we weren't handed a sefer. Kabbalah Satorah, that it was given, and the angels were very upset by this. Ma'enosh kisis kirenu. The angels were upset. If the Torah is put here, who cares? They're holding it, you're holding it. They can learn Torah still. The angels' perfection, the angels that are perfect, the Torah given to us, this boggles their mind. We got the Torah here. Hold the Torah, try to be loyal to it. If you understand Kabbalah Satorah, you understand that the angels' perfection would flip. Because Kabbalah Satorah means that every single yid has a perspective. Every single yid has a part. The Torah being given to us all. Rabbi Yisrael Salanter speaks about this in learning. He says, I asked the Bacher at the end of the year, I said, you're here 2 years, tell me what you got in yeshiva. Guys, answer, the last few weeks I stopped, guys, don't give me nonsense. If you say nonsense word, I'm leaving the conversations over. Tell me something real. The guy who came in and the guy's leaving. So a guy said that when I came in, my perspective meant 0. Today I know my perspective matters. He was saying, I don't know how much I got. He got to my perspective matters. That's it. That's the it that we all need. The Kabbalah Satorah means the Torah given in every member of Klal Yisrael, with the Am that's Mikabel the Torah, is that every single Yid has a perspective on Torah, has a chelak in Torah, has something that through them is brought out of the Torah, is an ice in the Torah. Kabbalah Satorah, Yisrael Salanter describes in learning, if you have a shir, you have a group of people taking notes, and then they could say back what the Rebbe said. Torah wasn't learned. Rabbi Yisrael writes strong words. Zula ze einoi Torah. He writes very strong words. That Torah is, he describes the Gemara Kedushin, that a Rebbe and a Talmud, a father and a son that are learning, at first they're enemies. They only love at the end. What's their enemies? Rabbi Yisrael explains that every learner of Torah is supposed to have a journey with Torah, a journey through Torah, a journey in Torah. And every single person's perspective and understanding and what comes out from their attachment to Torah is important and matters. And that's what Torah is. And he says that enemies is the perspective of every single person in the shir. What does it say to you? What do you see here? What means, what resonates by you? And each yid, what they see, what shines through them and in them, that's all part of Kabbalah Satorah. The fact that the giver of Torah is so connected to Torah, the angels are like, this is crazy. A human being, Torah is, when Hashem learns Torah, he says, Ev Yasser b'ni kachaymer, Yonisem b'ni kachaymer, he's quoting human beings, what they say as the emes. And Torah is what Hashem gave, and as it shines through human beings, learning Torah and living Torah and relating to Torah, and that is all part of Torah. That's Kabbalah Sator. That's the ois, the strength. Each person counts and matters. The deepest validation possible in the world. That's Hashem ois la'amayitim, the strength. Every yid you matter, you count. Without you, we don't have a shleimus without you. Each one matters and counts. And Torah is called the lekach tov. It's the good deal. I think anybody buying something, I know a person buys a suit. Is this me? I know that's my sons, my daughters. Is this me? You think this is me? They buy clothing. The question, does this bring out me? Does this fit me? Torah is the lekach tov because it's each person, it brings out their kaiches. Torah tavlin, that each person, it's a spice, that all the aspects of the person, every talent, every ability, every challenge, every aspect of the yid is valuable and counts and is important, and the Torah brings out the beauty of each and every yid. Everybody has a shirish in Torah. We can find ourselves in the Torah. Every situation in our life, every insecurity, every worry, every midah, it's all in the Torah. And the Torah gives meaning and purpose and value to all the challenges that a person faces. It's called the lekach tov. It's the perfect thing to buy because it's so you. It's so you, it's exactly you. It's the strength of a person. Hashem ois la'amayitim. What he gave us is actually in us as well. On Shavuos, we read, on the day of Kabbalah Sator, we read about a person, boy ois, there's strength in him. He had opinion by us in Torah. Others disagreed, they can't marry, or he held stark a shita in Torah, that it's mayavi v'loy my boy ois, there's strength in him. A shita, a perspective of Torah, that ultimately brings Mashiach. So Torah is the lekach tov. Kairach is a story of somebody who took a bad deal. A bad deal is when it's not you, it's not yours, and it's not you. You took something that has no shaykhs to you. The tragedy of Kairach is jealousy, is kena. The tragedy of Kairach is somebody who tried to take what wasn't his. Vayikach, a taker, but a taker of a bad transaction. Take what belonged to Mekach Ra, what was somebody else's. Each person is essential and should be true to themselves and give what we need from them. I feel like the sugya of Am Yisrael is we have no extras. For almost 2 years, we're thinking about individuals. There's no people that you can do what's been done to us, that you can kidnap. In Ukraine and Russia, there's no kidnappings. There's no such thing. There are POWs. I asked my mother's a historian in warfare, like, why were no kidnappings? There's no such thing. There are POWs. And there are kidnappings, but it's not a strategy that you take one of ours, we'll take one of yours, then we'll give each other back, we won't give back. It's not a strategy in the history of warfare. I don't think there's such a thing of kidnappings. Because every other people, you take one, we'll give back. There's only one people, you don't need an army, just take one of ours, and it's a big problem. We have no extras on Yisrael. We have none, we're willing, even after a massive victory. I want to come here and just scream and dance like crazy, and there's some sense, what about the 28 people? Excuse me. What about the sun? You're right. Amidst even any other country and any other people in the world would just be dancing in the streets like Meshuggah. You wouldn't stop for weeks. And when I say it, and I feel that way, we should dance, but there's a reaction, Daniel. And there are things we don't forget one. And one loss is one loss. One loss is a problem by us, even though, of course, we absorb the kindness of Hashem, and of course, we celebrate a tremendous victory, kindness from Hashem. Of course, we absorb that and feel tremendous gratitude and simcha. This Shabbos, extra food, and it should be a simcha gedol. It's nairo, the kindness, Hashem smiling at His people. Yet, we don't forget one. And that's been our sugya of our people these 2 years, but we have to bring the hostages, that aspect, b'schus the hostages, we have to bring that to our family, to our community, to our lives, that we have no extras by our people. There's no such thing. There are no extras. And part of that sugya is that each person with their uniqueness is necessary. Each person in the way they're designed, in the way they are, there's a pasuk in Mishlei, it says, Neloi's drachav boizeu. Somebody who makes crooked their ways is a mevaze Hashem. Hoylech b'yashrei zirei Hashem. There's a tremendous mila, each person uniquely, with their unique circumstances, their unique challenges, their unique history, is mekadesh shem shemayim uniquely. And we need each and every person, and don't be mekana, don't look to what somebody, that's his thing. And Kairach should have been the Rebbe. Jealousy is normal. Hashem made us with jealousy. The sugya of Kairach is not jealousy, it's unchecked jealousy. Jealousy, we all have jealous thoughts, and then we go on a walk with ourselves and we talk. I like when I feel jealous, because then there's a conversation, message to self. Let's talk, let's think. Kairach should have been the Rebbe to Klal Yisrael of Einad Negev Mashemucham L'Chaverik Malei Nima. We all have a mission. We all have a beauty. We all have a milah. We all have something special, which he said sort of to argue. He said the whole nation is holy, and he's right. But in his very action, deep down, he didn't accept his role and his place, and he tried to copy and imitate. The Mishnah in Avos describes a machlokes l'shem shemayim, that soifai l'skayim. The fact that we have different opinions is wonderful. It's wonderful. It's so good that we have different opinions. It's beautiful. What a great people. I love it that we have a group in Eretz Yisrael with certain shittas and certain ideals, and another group with different ideals. I'm like so proud of both. I feel part of both. I feel Mizrahi, Haredi, Geshma. We have so many beautiful parts. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's so good to have Hillel and Shammai. It's beautiful. It's necessary. But Machlokes l'shem shemayim, Seifei l'skayim, it stays forever. It's beautiful to have that. It stays forever, Hillel and Shammai. But if it's not l'shem shemayim, then it doesn't last. The Machlokes l'shem shemayim, the Mishnah speaks out as Hillel and Shammai. The Machlokes shaloi l'shem shemayim is Kairach ve'adasai, and it doesn't say against two. The Mishnah on the Machlokes l'shem shemayim speaks out. Hillel on one side, Shammai on the other. Machlokes shaloi l'shem shemayim, Kairach. You can't have machlokes with yourself. Who's the other side? The Mishnah doesn't say. Now obviously, the thought is like the honor of Moshe Rabbeinu, but it doesn't make sense. Machlokes shaloi l'shem shemayim is Kairach. When you announce a boxing match, in the one corner is one person, in the other corner, you can't have a fight with one person. There's no such thing. On the Machlokes l'shem shemayim, it speaks out the two sides. On Machlokes shaloi l'shem shemayim, it doesn't say the two sides. It just says Kairach. And that's precisely the point. When two people argue, and it's who they are, I always wondered, Abaye and Rav have machloksim. Could you ever picture in Shemayim, anybody, Shmuel, I'm sure in learning, a person learns a sugya, and you fight with your chavrus. I had a chavrus for 6 years I learned with him. We never saw anything alike. We get into arguments. We just don't see the world alike, anything. That's just, we're constructed differently. I remember coming back on a Friday night, and we had gone to a yid for Kiddush. I love Kiddush. And this yid made one of the nicest Kiddush I ever heard in my life on Leil Shabbos. And I lost my mind. I was like floating. We were walking home. I decided to become frum. It was like crazy. I was in seventh heaven. So I told my friend, we were walking home, I was like shaking. The yid was crying. It was like unbelievable, his Kiddush. The whole mishpach, it was like crazy. So I told my friend, he saw me, I'm like floating. He started expressing worry. I think the guy made a chsidish shavar if he was Yoitzer. I said, Avi, are you crazy? We argued till Shabbos. We got it was Friday nights. We argued, got light in front of the mirror. I was so upset. I'm sugar. You're worried if you yaitse? I'm like feeling famous and flying. Is worried if we yaitse. The guy in an accent. Please. Two yidden, two different types. Now, we would argue fiercely about many things. We saw the world and see the world different. You ever had a big machlekes with a chavrus and like 2 hours in you chap he's right? It's very awkward. If you ever had this, you've argued a while and you sort of like realize on this one he might be right. It's a very like unique situation when that happens. How you man up. It's very hard. You've been screaming in a packed base medrash and then like calmly you blade the white flag. It's complicated. But you ever picture Abaye and Rav and Shemayim? If Abaye says to Rav, Rav, I've been thinking about this for like a few hundred years, and I decided, does Abaye ever change his mind? And Shemayim, like we kill ourselves on a sugya, and in Shemayim Abaye says like, I don't know how to tell you guys that, I changed my mind the whole time. Did that ever happen? In any machlokes in Shas, when it says Abaye Omer, it means, in Abaye would say, it means that an emes. Abaye built as an Abaye is supposed to say this. That's what he's supposed to say. That's what it means, Abaye Omer. That's what it means. That's what Abaye Omer means. And Abaye is supposed to say it. And it matters for all eternity. Shammai is supposed to say this. It says, La'asid lave, we paskin like Shammai. Arizal says. That means like Shammai, that Shammai says it is relevant for all eternity. That Shammai says it. And a Shammai is supposed to say what he says. And a Hillel is supposed to say what he says. And each person has a perspective of emes that they're supposed to bring out to the world. It's beautiful. That's supposed to be that way. I don't say this to make it, it's not easy when somebody argues. Don't try, it's hard and you get into arguments. When I was younger, if somebody would knock yeshiva, it was very hard. I don't say now it's not hard. I say today it's hard and it's also beautiful. I don't just accept the person who thinks whatever is destroying the world. I actually say, I don't just accept it. I actually say we need somebody to hold that way also. You need, if that's what somebody holds be'emes, then we need that too. It doesn't make it easy. And I'm not saying it to be light on something. It's murder when somebody disagrees with us. It's hard, but it's needed. We need views. We need deis. Sincere people bringing an emes and then a full picture of honest people. There's a tremendous beauty to that. I speak about it in shuls. It's an easy way to view it in shuls. Every shul has the on time. It has two groups in every shul. People that are makbid on time, but he's making an extra mishaberach, and so one person talked, the little kid sneezed. It's crazy. You have that guy, and then you have the people bringing energy and geschmack and making sure the kiddush is good and the simchadik. And you can tell which side I'm on. They're both sides are. I don't think I presented that, so I'll try that again. But the bottom line is that in every shul you need both people. There's a shleimus to both. You can't survive. It's tragic a shul that can't hold both. It's tragic. And their place, they only have one team. That's tragic. We can hold both. We can hold a lot. That's shalom. Shalom has nothing to do with two people not fighting. I have seen people don't fight. There's zero shalom. Zero. They don't have shalom bias. They don't have shalom in the shul. That's just a dominant person. There's no shalom. Shalom is shleimus, is a lot. There's all different people and voices. There's a shleimus. That's Hillel and Shammai. The tonight to that is you really bringing out you. Kairach doesn't have his sheet anymore. It doesn't say Kairach and Moshe because they're not arguing in Shemayim anymore. Because Kairach was just jealous. It wasn't him. Your shita, that's you'll argue forever. The on time and late guys will argue forever in a shul because the rigid and loose guys, he's supposed to be Shammai Zillow, they'll always argue. And then we have both. It's such a blessing to have both in the shul. And they'll always argue. People know this, spouses know this. Your disagreements, that's you and her, you'll argue for all eternity in a beautiful way. It'll be so wonderful. It's beautiful because this is a wealthy, it's such an ashiris. It's healthy, it's gesund, it's shleimus. There's a lot here and a lot of perspectives. Hillel and Shammai argue for all eternity. Tzayfai l'skayim, because it was Hillel and Shammai. Kairach, it doesn't say Kairach and Moshe. There's no Kairach and Moshe anymore. It's not Tzayfai l'skayim. So the Machlei Shlosh Sheshman Kairach. It's not a Machlei, it's no two sides. It's not Tzayfai l'skayim. There's no two sides. It's sadly over because there was no Kairach, there was no two tzaddim. It was jealousy. It was the hepech of a person taking his sad, his chelek, his be you and express you and find you without bias, without nonsense. Call out your nonsenses and bring out an emes. And another yid's bringing out another emes. And together you have such a shleima, such a beauty of Hillel and Shammai. What a beis medrash that is Hillel and Shammai. What a precious. Chazal speak about Oisei Hayoim. How many halachas when there was a full, robust beis medrash of different opinions. The day there was Shammai and Hillel mixed, both in the beis medrash, it was delightful. It was otherworldly. And Kairach's tremendous sin, Vayikach Kairach. He took a mekach ra, that which wasn't him and wasn't his and wasn't about him. He was jealous, somebody else's thing. And I want to say that our people we've come together, we've made strides. And we're thinking about the importance of kol yachid v'yachid, value everyone. And value people who see things different than us, who have a different way, a different thought. And each one know what we bring is precious. We can't survive without it. What each sincere yid brings and says, and the journey of every single yid is necessary. Our people care about every single one. The dream for me, the dream for us, and we have work to do, we're better. But now we're in a matzav of tremendous chesed Hashem, and what we can do as a people and have to do and must do as a people is unite more, bring it to new levels. In our celebration of Am Yisrael, of a nation who clearly is loved, Am Krayve, the Krayvim to Hashem, we could be mechazik in our own journeys, accepting our own situations, celebrating our own situations, being tremendously frail of our own situations, and respecting and appreciating and valuing the perspective and the situation of another. Appreciating and knowing we need that too. That's important too. It's easy to point to others. I'm hoping in Eretz Yisrael we could do this better and more, and it scares me when we don't have it. It scares me a lot. But never point to somebody else, never. So then I have to bring it into my family life, into my community life, we all have to bring it into our own lives, start with our own mishpachas, to hear another perspective, to see another journey, to see another, what's happening by another. The last night of the yeshiva, the guys started the minute, guys say over their story. It lasted for 9 hours in front of 200 people. A guy gets up and says his story. You're crying a lot of the night, bawling. Guy's saying no unfiltered. The guy's saying his story. It changes. It could change a person's life. The Goyish nurse last year asked me if you come. He was there for the night. He told me it changed. He's a Zayda, a grandfather. He said it changed my life. It's otherworldly. And a bacher who I've had trouble having patience with at different times said his story. He said his story. I heard this guy's story, and I asked myself, how did you remember to have patience? A person's going through, and a person, he walks past the whole yeshiva, just looked at him like nodding, respect, mully respect. Know every single yid counts and is important, and we don't always know what's going on, but there's not a journey that's unimportant to us. There's not a journey that's not all of Klal Yisrael to rally behind. To just pray for the hostages is wonderful, but understand, touch up what's happening, see it deeper. So that means we value everyone, yeah. To hear the story of the hostages, to see their beauty. I don't view them. It's just us. I don't see them. It's all us. I was very, very proud. A guy in yeshiva was listening. A speaker said he was watching Netanyahu, the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Bibi run to the Kaisel and he said, they also daven. The Bacher jumped up. He said, we daven. The macha was wonderful. It's only we, us. Yeah, Yidden Daven. I don't know a they in our people. There is no they in our people. The word, there's no such thing. It's just us. Only us. Am Yisrael. Yeah, Yidden Daven. Yidden are special. I see in the hostages, I look at a Chassidish Yid in Williamsburg, I feel more Ava. Because I'm davening for him. It's us. It's all us. I hear the stories of Agam Berger. I push at this Yid, like, Lo Ye'umen. I'm more amazed for my children because of her. She's a Yid. Yidden, we're a remarkable people. We're a beautiful people. We're a precious people. Hashem wants us and shows us a remarkable people. We have to make space for the entirety of our people, the entirety of our people, all of our people. So Korach's mistake is Vayikach. He took a mekach ra. He didn't celebrate what he has. Jealousy, looking at another sugya. He should have embraced his own sugya. Our job is each of us powerfully. The only reason we wouldn't accept another sugya. Why wouldn't we naturally appreciate, accept? That's our own not accepting of our own sugya. When I accept my sugya and work through my sugya and serve in a sincere way in my sugya, so his sugya I accept, appreciate, celebrate, there's room for him. When I don't accept my own sugya, when there's jealousy and a person not accepting their own chelik in Torah, then there's no room for his chelik. Hillel and Shammai, Soifei Liskaim. Korach, which is not his shita and his sugya, there wasn't space for his. There's no machlokes, unfortunately. There's no other person mentioned in this machlokes. So my bracha to us all, in our shul should be healthy places of the Rigids and the Lucies, healthy, robust, geschmack. They should argue for all eternity. If it's so important, does it have to end exactly? By me, like a healthy minyan has no set ending time. I don't see how you could have a minyan I don't see how it could be. A starting time, Vada. How do you end? Maybe one day a guy needed an extra hug, an extra mishaberach. They didn't need an extra song. 1 week you want to speak shorter, Rab. Maybe you had more to say, less to say. So that's me. But then there's another guy. What do you mean? 10:30, we said. So you have to figure out, me and those guys, how we could exist together. But there's room for all. There's room for all. There has to be. We need both. We need, and that's one example of something. But really, to make room in our homes, to make room for a lot, for all different types. Big homes for a lot. There should be space for a lot. So my bracha to us all. We're a blessed people. The Rebbeinu should continue to smile at his people. We should see Yeshua's fighter for all of Am Yisrael. See good besuras for all of Am Yisrael. This beautiful family. What a mishpacha of emunah, of building, of construction, of going forward, of celebrating the good. Siyumim, continued siyumim here. We should see the chesed Hashem. We should make space in our homes, in our shuls, in our communities, in our hearts. Make tremendous space. When I picture Yerushalayim, I picture a crane. That's how I picture Yerushalayim, cranes. And somebody told me it's the bird of Yerushalayim is the crane. But I picture cranes. I always think there's room for more. More is coming. Here we're building, here we're creating. The whole Metzias Yerushalayim, Nidche Yisrael Yechanes. Here more Jews are welcome. Yidna wanted them. Well, there's room for more. More is coming. Another place, another binyan, another yeshiva, another kollel, another everything. There's more coming. Yerushalayim is a place of space. What I ask us all, let's be mechazik to make the hearts a place of a lot of space for Am Yisrael, for our entirety of our people, but the entirety of our people. To hear about somebody who was nice, who cared about Yidden, caring about the Yidden and others. So as a person who made space, let's make space. Let's carve out more space in the heart for just a little more, maybe even to incorporate that one that was like really hard to fit in. That one that we judged, that we didn't make space. We don't know their story. We don't know their beauty. We don't know their nisyonis. We don't know their kedusha. We don't know their tikkun. We don't know each person, what they're... But let's make more space. And the bracha to us all is we should see tremendous haramas Karen Yisrael, the restoration of the covet of Klal Yisrael. We're in remarkable times. Let's celebrate the tremendous Yeshuas for Am Yisrael. And together we should see a world of tremendous space for all our people till we make so much space that Hashem then gives us Tak Yerushalayim, the ultimate space for all of Am Yisrael with the coming of Mashiach Meher V'Yameinu. We could sing one more. Okay. If you have a specific song, I feel. We've been singing the Shia Samecha. We've been singing about the prayer. We've been praying for a long time to save our people. I feel like certainly we're not past. Mr. Holman will tell us difficult situations exist, but I think it would be like inappropriate to keep davening Shia Samecha will do. But I want to say Ashrayam. I want to celebrate a people that Hashem is with them. Because that's what I'm feeling now. So Ashrayam Shekachalai, Ashrayam Sheshem Melekam, Ashrayam Shekachalai, Ashrayam Sheshem Melekam. Yashrayam Shekachalai, Yashrayam Sheshem Melekam, Yashrayam Shekachalai, Yashrayam Sheshem
It's very good.